Hey, welcome back. I'm Eric Franklin with the Fort Hood Garrison Public Affairs Office.
And I am a co-host specialist, Garrett Dackle with 11th Signal Brigade.
And I am another co-host, Corporal Kyra Pearl with the 3rd Armored Corps Public Affairs Office.
And I am your final co-host, Samantha Harms with the Garrison Public Affairs Office. And you are listening to Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. With the holiday season and Thanksgiving right around the corner, we decided to bring in a special guest that kind of has a little invested in this this season. So a couple events coming up, so we brought him on this week. Would you mind introducing yourself, sir?
I'm Raymond Cockrell, the Executive Director of the Food Care Center.
All right, the Food Care Center here in Killeen.
In Killeen, yes, sir.
All right, just want to clarify.
Yes, sir.
Wait, there's a Food Care Center in Killeen? Where
Yes.
exactly is that located, sir?
210 North 16th Street, downtown behind the post office on 10th.
All right. So we understand that y'all have a couple events coming up specifically for the holiday season, more in particular Thanksgiving. But we also know you have something that repeats every month. Would you mind talking a little bit about that?
In regards to repeating every month, now we're open every Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 1, and the first and third Fridays from 4 to 6. And we have about 20% of our 90,000 clients that came through the door last year are active duty military. Yes, sir. But as far as on a month-to-month basis, we don't have any specific event other than we hand out groceries distribute groceries to the community.
Okay. And how can one get groceries from the Food Care Center?
There is no qualification. If you show up at our door and say you need groceries, you get groceries.
Really?
We ask if they could please bring a picture ID.
All right, that easy.
Yes, sir. Then they never pay a dime.
You're kidding.
No, sir, never pay a dime.
That takes so much anxiety out of asking for help, honestly.
Yeah, it does. And even we've seen over the past couple of years, the numbers increased dramatically in active duty military families. In 2018, we had 1,800 families. In our most recent fiscal year that just ended September 30, we had 4,000 families come through our door.
Wow.
Yes.
And they can repeat visit as well.
We went back to September 1 that families can come once per month, with
Okay.
the exception of military families. We've made a commitment to the command finance specialist in the chaplain's office that military families can come as often as needed. If they need to come once a week, they can come once a week. Bottom line, we don't want our military families to go hungry. The command finance specialist in the chaplain's office has myself and our operations manager's cell phones. And if it's after hours, we'll be happy to take care of our military families at any time of the day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And if it does happen to be after hours that they do need assistance, is there a way to contact you?
Yes, sir. Via cell is the best way.
Okay.
If you want that, it's 512-818-1497.
All right.
And he will answer it.
Will he?
Yes. or he'll text you, but he's good. He's
Okay.
He is good about communicating, not like me. Except
Hey, you're pretty good. You're all right.
So what
don't berate
kind
yourself.
of groceries are provided from the Food Care Center, sir?
We have a number of areas. The first area that folks go to is our dry goods area, and they'll get canned goods, pastas, cereals, different miscellaneous type items, drinks. Then they go to our bread and pastry area. Families, we hand out about 2 million pounds of bread and pastry every month.
2 million?
Yes, ma'am, every
Wow.
month. And then, I'm sorry, 200,000.
Oh.
200,000.
That's still a lot, though.
200,000. And then they go to our meat and dairy section. And then after that, they go outside to our dock where we have fresh produce. Wow. Each family leaves with about 35 to 40 pounds of groceries when they come see us.
The fact that there's fresh produce is such a big thing because a lot of food, they mostly give out canned or boxed, but having fresh veggies is amazing.
The food bank is really focused on providing fresh produce to us. And then 3 or 4 years ago, we started a community garden that's planted and maintained solely by students within KISD. And we truly get to, they understand what it is to see the fruits of their labor. We believe if we teach them to have a servant heart at an early age, they'll carry it with them the rest of their life. And they get to take some home with them. The rest we distribute there on our dock.
That's amazing.
Do y'all also take donations?
Yes, sir. We can't do without the donations from the community.
Okay.
Most especially right now because the food bank is very lean. Their shopping list is lower than I've seen it in the 6 years since I've been the executive director. We have a number of groups. We just had the the Fort Hood Housing Group come this last week and donated over 2,000 pounds of groceries to us. And this year, especially the fall and the holiday season, is when we see the most donated groceries that come to us. But absolutely, we can't do without them.
And what about volunteers? Is it completely volunteer run, the food bank?
For the most part, yes, sir. We have a huge staff of 5. And so everyone that's there helping us distribute are volunteers. We have different groups, different military groups that come all the time to assist with that. We're getting ready to build our Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets. And we'll have some military groups that'll come in and help us do that as well.
So if there is a group or an individual who wants to volunteer, how can they reach out?
They can reach out, again, either on my cell or on our email address, foodcare@embarkmail.com.
Okay, awesome.
Real quick, you mentioned that you say all the pounds. How much food is in a 40-pound bag that a soldier, if a soldier comes to you in a few weeks and get a 40-pound bag of groceries, how much food is that actually? Because I can tell you the pounds, but how much food does that actually feed?
Our goal is that it's 10 days worth of groceries.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And with that, how is it seeing if soldiers come in or when people in general come in to get a food basket? How is that relief for them? What is the relief that you get or that you see on their faces when you talk to them?
Of course, we have a wide variety of folks that come through our door. Our client, if you look at a client list, is from 6 months old to 99 years of age this past fiscal year. But regardless whether it's young, old, military, absolutely, it does us our hearts and souls good to see the folks come through our doors and be able to help them with groceries.
Okay. And then what are the dates for the Thanksgiving food basket?
The Thanksgiving, the first one,
military food basket.
The military food baskets on Monday, November the 21st, is solely active duty military. We'll give out 1,000 Thanksgiving baskets this year. We work through the command finance specialist and the chaplain's office, and they identify the troops. Each unit does. And then on that day, on November 21st, they'll come to our facility. Each unit will and pick up the groceries and take them back out and distribute them here on post. Wow. And then on Tuesday, November 22nd, we'll have a distribution at our facility, and military families are welcome there as well, but it's for the first come, first serve to the first 200 families that walk through our door. And then we've been partnering with the Military Family Advisory Network. They had, as you've been to some of those before, yes. The goal last year was 1 million meals. Boy, I'm happy and proud to say that the first meal and the 1,000th meal were distributed at the Food Care Center. They came to us, and we were the template they took all over the country. We were honored earlier this year out in Washington, D.C. for our contribution to the help we provide to military families. So on December 10, we'll have 650 active duty military families drive through our facility. We'll have Mr. and Mrs. Kloss there. We'll have a live DJ. It's a lot of fun. And we'll have that sign up. It'll go live about 6 weeks prior to the event on Eventbrite. And I'll provide that information to you also that you can get it out to the troops.
All right. And
with the basket, is it going to be a drive-through like it has been for the past 2 years, or are they actually going to go in this year? Or
it's the 650 families is a drive-through distribution.
Okay.
But yes, sir, the one on Tuesday, November the 22nd, and then Tuesday, December the 20th, at our facility, it's first come, first serve that come in our facility. But the one that we partner with MFAN with on Saturday, December 10th, is a drive-through distribution.
Okay.
And just for those looking maybe for some help this holiday season, could you explain maybe what they can expect in these Thanksgiving baskets?
The ones that the 1,000 that we provide to the military families, it's going to be a 24-pound turkey.
Wow.
I've learned a whole lot more about turkeys than I ever wanted to in the past couple of years because of a lack of staffing. In a normal time, they may slaughter 100,000 turkeys. Now they're only able to slaughter 50,000, so those other 50,000 grow up to be big turkeys. So we'll have 24-pound turkeys, and then all of the fixings for the family, and they'll have bread and pastries as well on that event that we have for the 1,000 military families. Now on December 10, that we partner with Military Family Advisory Network, they're going to leave with about 70 pounds of groceries. Typically, they leave with about a 30-pound box of frozen Tyson chicken,
Right.
and all of the fruits and vegetables, and it's a really robust package of groceries that they'll leave with.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just getting a little emotional thinking about the impact that this has on so many people. I already know a lot of military families personally that are right now struggling that I'm ready to deliver this information to. So I hope that this podcast is able to help more families.
Wonderful. Yes, ma'am. We're excited and honored to be able to serve our military families that serve our country.
Before we get out of here, Raymond, I do want to say, I know over the past 3 years that I've been able to get to know you, and I see the passion that you have for the community. I mean, every time that I'd go out there, for you guys, I know you guys don't know, but like every time he'd call me, he's like, "Hey, you coming out?" I was like, I will be there. Earlier this year when he served the 1,000th meal, that was in late May, I think it was. And I was unable to go because I was unable to go. And it was so like, I was sad. Like I wanted to tell Sam, I had just started working here, Sam, and I wanted to tell you, but I was just like, man, because it's like to see the passion in Mr. Raymond's eyes when he goes and he sees people come in, it's like he'll talk to you and he cares. And I think once I knew that so many military families, like the number is staggering, and I think it's important that they get help as well. I mean, it's you would think like, oh, we don't need help. Yes, it's there, So I think it's very important the mission that you guys do down there, and I am appreciative of it. I know tons of military families are very appreciative of the work that you guys do and the time that you set aside, because it's not easy to put those meals, because they start packing. If my memory serves me right, they start separating those bags like 2 weeks in advance so that they can move out 1,000. Like, if you have a chance, if you go down there, you will see, and it's an amazing thing to see the care that goes in to that event, to those events.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have the boys and Girl Scouts in about 2 weeks to start building the 2,500 bags.
Yes.
It takes 2 or 3 times, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
We've also got a group from Fort Hood coming out to help us build those bags as well.
Fantastic. I do want to, kind of a selfish plug. We did go out there to volunteer not too long ago at the Killeen Food Care Center, and I got to see firsthand packing the bags of dry goods, or soldiers handing out the bread or the pastries to these folks walking through getting their groceries. And when I tell you, I just stood outside and helped people to their cars and unloading their groceries into the car, whatever they needed help with. And when I tell you the look on their face of just relief, like, I understand why y'all do it, because just the help that y'all provide is.
I earned my nickname Big Baby, honestly. I will tell you that. I have been known to shed a tear or two. Yes, sir.
I almost did. I'll be honest. So, well, we do want to thank you very much for coming on today and spreading the good news about the Food Care Center here in Killeen. Is there anything else you want to add before we head out?
No, thank y'all for having me. It's always wonderful when someone else helps bring awareness to what we do. I will tell you, last year we had the 1,000 turkeys donated for the military families. This year they're going to cost us $35,000. All 2,500 turkeys and hams are going to be about $60,000 this year. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say, hey, if you got an extra dime, send it our way. At foodcare.org, you can go on and donate. Every dollar that is donated, we can still buy 6 meals. It used to be 7 meals until inflation hit us, but we can buy 6 meals with every dollar donated.
All right.
Thank you so much for everything you do, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Take care.
Fast-moving floodwater can easily push your vehicle off the road and place you or your family in great peril. Even 1 foot of floodwater can exert 500 pounds of lateral force on a vehicle, pushing it off the road. Every year, more than 80% of flood fatalities involve vehicles, and about 10 people on average drown in their vehicles per year in Texas. Fort Hood experienced 10 vehicle flood fatalities from 2016 to 2017 alone, and Bell and Coryell counties have had more than 30 fatalities each since 1959. I-35 connecting Dallas, San Antonio, and South Central Texas is known as Flash Flood Alley, and FEMA considers flooding to be America's #1 natural hazard. Flash floods in central Texas can happen within only a few hours of rain, and their most active months are April, May, June, and October. Is it worth the risk of losing your life? Of leaving loved ones behind to try crossing? Overconfidence kills. Never drive into the water on roadways. It's not worth it.
Oh man, just so you guys know, Garrett had to step out. He had to go do some top secret signal stuff.
Soldier stuff.
Yeah, I don't really think it was top secret. I think he just got done hanging out with us. So he left.
He said, I'm done with this.
Yes.
Bye.
He said, bye, and gave us the deuces and said, I'll be right back. And
He has not come back.
He has not came back yet. So yeah, we'll catch up.
Bummer.
So yeah, this week we have a lot going. Well, lately we've had a lot going on. We just had what's that, Halloween Day? And
Halloween. Whoop,
I got to steal a lot of my son's candy.
Did you?
So I did.
What's your parent tax?
Oh, it's the Whoppers, the Reese's Pieces,
Good
and
choice.
anything that like they had. Someone was giving out full size oatmeal cream pies,
What?
so we went back there 3 times. So yeah, I like
my
that.
God. I
The
love that
full-
you're
the full size ones.
I love that your parent tax is like specific ones.
Oh,
My
yeah.
dad always was just like 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
That seems steep.
Yeah, they had us choose our 10 favorite pieces, and then they took 30% of whatever was left, and then they left.
Oh my Well, at least they let you take your 10 favorite, like top 10
Yeah.
for yourself. That's kind.
We did Halloween hardcore though.
Yeah.
Like we'd be out till like 23 at night.
Oh my
Door to
goodness.
door, yeah. We walked a lot, like it was miles, I swear, because we didn't have a car. We were walking everywhere.
Oh my
It was a
gosh.
good minute.
That's, yeah.
I didn't take my kids this year. It was just me. My husband was working, and I didn't want to deal with 2 babies at once.
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
that's
But we went to a little party at my son's daycare, so that was really fun.
Nice.
He was a dinosaur fossil.
Dinosaur fossil. That is absolutely
was oil?
adorable.
He was a can of oil.
He was
No,
oil.
he was a little fossilized skeleton.
But
You're the worst.
my jokes have not been landing at all today. Earlier about my handle names is
Oh
just-
yeah, no, they're not funny.
they're not
Sorry.
old dad jokes. It's all good.
Yeah.
Late 1900s dad.
Yeah,
joke.
yes,
Oh,
late 1900s.
there you go. There you go.
Burn. What else do we have going on? I know 2 weeks we have Veterans Day coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, next week.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of organizations across the community that are going to be giving out free meals and other free things. So make sure you get out there. Another big thing, if you are a registered voter in the state of Texas, early voting is going on right now. When you hear this, early voting is going on. I think the elections, the midterms, are going to be next week as well. I
Yes,
believe.
they're on
Yes,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
The 8th, November 8th.
November 8th. So if you're a registered voter, get out and vote. If you're a
Yes.
soldier, get with your unit, tell your first sergeant, your commander, your chain of command, hey, I want to go vote. I want to go make my voice heard and make my voice count. I believe, I'm not for sure, but I believe if you work for the government, most companies have it where you can have a certain amount of time. So make sure you get with your supervisors to find out what they have for those who want to go vote. And make sure you pack a lunch because it's probably going to be a long time in line.
I hope it's a long line because that means a lot of people turn out.
That is
Yes.
a positive outlook on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I
yes.
hope a lot of people are there.
Yes.
I'm excited to go vote. I love voting.
Yes, I do too.
It's a good way to have your voice heard, and it's super important for everybody, no matter what you believe in or who you're voting for. Just voting is the most important thing you can do.
So you better get out there and do it, y'all.
Heck
Rock the vote. What else is going on this week? Oh, I know we just got done. This past weekend, we had the retirement appreciation day,
yeah,
and
we
there was a
did.
lot of retirees out there. If you didn't get a chance to come out, don't worry, you can still get those services. But the retirement day was just that day that we here at Fort Hood set aside so you can come and get everything done instead of having to wait in all of these long lines or setting appointments that could be 2 to 3 months out. If you didn't get there, don't worry. You can read all about it in this week's Fort Hood Sentinel.
Ooh, I
Nice
love
plug there.
that. Was good. Speaking of the Fort Hood Sentinel,
Uh-oh.
Blair is actually coming on.
Oh.
Ooh.
She is.
It is the beginning of the month, so we're going to have book and movie of the month after this.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I think
Yeah.
that's all.
I think we're going to
I want to hear Blair.
I know. Let's get to Blair. Okay, so we're going to have credits, and then Blair will be right with us.
All right.
This podcast is a U.S. Army Garrison Fort Hood and Fort Hood Public Affairs production. The show's theme music is written and produced by Delicious All Stars. All our music is obtained through Filter by Songtrader. Have a question or want to share some insights with us? Email us at forthoodpao@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at USAG Fort Hood. And as always, be sure to leave a review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
We want to let you know that there are no spoilers for either the book or movie of the month, so please enjoy the segment. All right, we are back. It is time for book and movie of the month.
Of the month.
Oh, I'm glad you did it because I was going to do it.
You were gearing up.
I was.
You were.
So, Daco's obviously not here with us. He's still had to step up.
doing signals top
He's
secret.
still doing top secret, not here things.
Yeah.
Whatever those are. So we're doing book and movie of the month without him, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know your movies were not so great this month.
No, they
So
were
do you want to start with the movies or do you want me to start with the book? The book was awesome.
not. What do you think? Should we end on a good note?
Let's end on a good note.
Okay.
I like that.
So, okay, which train wreck do you want me to start with first?
Whichever. Let's start with
One
the
train wreck
worst.
was off screen and one train wreck was on screen.
Okay, so let's start with whatever train wreck you thought was worse. We're going to work our way up towards more positive things.
Okay, so we'll start with Amsterdam.
Okay.
So, Amsterdam is, it was really forgettable, so I don't even really remember totally what happens.
Okay.
But it just proves you can hire every, popular actor,
Amsterdam.
and it does not help you.
I think I saw the trailer for that. Isn't
Yeah.
it like some people are like running around and they're all dressed up and look nice and there's supposed to be some kind of like crime happening or something?
Yeah, it's set in the 1930s ish.
Yeah.
So it's like that
Yes.
era, but
Okay.
like they tried to make it like one of those old crime movies. Like I'm talking the old ones where the main guy kind of narrates over. I walked into the bar and they were sitting there and
Yeah.
like that. But they definitely like missed the mark entirely.
Oh, bummer.
There was so much going on and just so much just like craziness all at one time. And like it was just a nightmare. So it just all kind of like fell apart, you know. Taylor Swift was in the movie.
I heard.
Yeah.
I
and
heard that.
She arguably had the best part in the entire movie.
I love that.
It's not a good thing.
I love Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah. Well,
Shout out to Swizzle. She just had a new album come out. She's doing it all right now.
she is.
She had a new album come out.
Mhm.
She was just in a movie.
Well,
She
I wouldn't count this one. I wouldn't rack this up with everything else that's going on with her.
You know.
It's not very equivalent to everything else. I
Oh,
wouldn't.
no.
If I were her, I would not quit my day job.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so-
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, just a little shaky, just a little, but
Yeah.
it's okay. She did better than anything I could do.
Well,
Yeah,
you know.
and then I mean, in this movie there's Rami Malek, Anna Taylor-Joy, Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, Chris Rock. I mean,
Chris Rock.
yeah, Robert De Niro. Did I say Robert De Niro already?
No.
Okay. And it was just.
Oh, they really did have everybody.
Yes, and it's just. No,
That's all you got.
Yeah,
Just
no.
don't see it.
I couldn't recommend it. With a good conscience. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'm guessing this is a 0 out of 10 recommendation. Do not see.
2 out of 10 just
2
for
out of 10. Oh,
for
okay.
Taylor Swift's best scene in the movie.
I love that. Yay, Taylor Swift.
If you saw the movie, you would
You'll
disagree.
know.
But yes.
Do you think I could watch just that part on YouTube?
You want? Yeah, someone will probably put it there. But yeah. If you can look up that one part, that's really all you need to see. That was the only
best.
time I was thoroughly entertained
Oh, okay. Good
in
to
the
know.
entire thing.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah, it involves a car.
Oh, okay.
Just know that.
Okay. Good to know. All right, so let's move on from that one. Ugh, yeah.
Yes.
On to the next.
So, Don't Worry, Darling.
Don't worry. Okay, so this is the movie that had lots of drama
Yeah.
off the screen.
Yeah.
So how was the performance on screen?
On screen, I feel like everyone did fine. Like maybe Harry Styles was a little shaky at some parts, but like overall,
This was his first acting.
yeah. So like,
Right.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed or
Okay.
anything by anyone's performance necessarily. But I've wanted to see this movie ever since they began advertising it before
Yeah, I remember.
anything else.
I remember seeing the trailer for this and being like, "Oh, that looks really creepy. It looks really good."
Yeah, some people argued that the first few trailers pushed the relationship between Harry Styles' character and Florence Pugh's character a bit too much. They're a married couple.
Oh, okay.
So they do the things that married couples do.
Mm.
Which I kind of agree, because the first few trailers were kind of aimed in that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, even once the movie did come out, expected,
Yeah.
just because of how they advertised it. And that was
Yeah,
also some of the source of the drama. Some people didn't agree on how it was marketed that actually were involved in the project.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah. So it was, but like the story went a little deeper than I thought it would. Like, I mean, I wasn't exactly sure where they were going to take it. And
Yeah.
it kind of went somewhere unexpected.
Oh, okay.
So that was nice. But I mean, the way they went, it was crazy, and it opened up a whole bunch of plot holes that they don't address. Yeah, so-
Interesting.
It was kind of a double-edged sword, but yeah, the movie wasn't like terrible.
Okay.
It wasn't Amsterdam. So
Better than that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of a 10, what would you give this? And would you recommend?
I'd give it a 6 maybe.
Oh, okay. That's better than I thought.
And if you are a Florence Pugh fan or a Harry Styles fan or a Chris Pine fan,
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Okay.
I would get too hung up on the details of the actual story, though, because, me and Jessica, my roommate, were talking for a long time about all of the plot holes that they opened up. So, yeah, the ending where things are revealed is very, like, it really kind of messes up everything else.
Oh, interesting.
As far as, like, it making complete sense.
Oh.
And it, kind of being an open and closed thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
But critics gave it horrible scores, comparable to what they gave Amsterdam.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had to tell you to choose one of these two, it would be Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah. Do you think it was worth all the drama that came
No.
out?
No.
The only thing I can ever think about is Harry Styles spitting.
He didn't actually spit on Chris Pine.
It looks like it, though.
It does, but okay, look.
Did he come out and say that he didn't?
So representatives of Chris Pine came out and said that Harry Styles did not spit on Chris Pine. I watched the video because I got on Twitter the day it happened.
Yeah, I did too. I saw it on like Twitter and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
There's so much drama.
Yeah. Apparently it was at the Venice premiere at the film festival there. Yeah, it looked bad, but like I didn't see anything projectile come out of Harry's mouth. I definitely
thought I did.
Oh, I didn't.
I thought I did.
I saw like photoshopped things later, and like I compared it to the video, some of the photos, the stills I saw, and just knowing how easy it is to Photoshop something.
Yeah. It's hard now to know what's real and what wasn't.
So in my opinion, I don't think he did, because I don't understand why. I didn't think there was any animosity there. The main animosity was between Olivia Wilde, who directed and acted in it, and Florence Pugh.
Right.
For multiple reasons. The marketing.
Yeah.
The Wilde originally wanted Shia LaBeouf to play Harry Styles' character. I don't know all the details on that, but Pugh didn't agree. And it was a whole big old...
Yeah. My thought is that, isn't Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, aren't they dating?
Yeah, they are, allegedly.
So do you think that Harry Styles was just like, there's some issues between Chris Pine and Olivia Wilde, and so Harry Styles was like, bro, leave my girl alone.
I feel like Chris Pine was the most hands-off out of everybody. Yeah. Like, he just came there to get his paycheck and go home, you know, like any professional would. So, yeah, like, I didn't think there was any animosity there. But, but speaking of that, at the film festival in Venice, like, Harry, like, wouldn't acknowledge Olivia Wilde at all.
Yeah, I heard that was supposed to be some kind of like tactic to show that they weren't dating or something like that.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, no, the rumors aren't true. They're not actually dating.
Oh.
Which is why they put Chris Pine in between them. That's what I've heard on Twitter. So, you know, take all that with a grain of salt.
You know, because Twitter's the best place.
It is. That's where I get all my news. I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
No.
Please do not get all your news
from
Twitter.
I think people are calling it Spitgate. Like, that was the biggest, craziest thing, I think. Because Harry, he stopped his tour. He's doing a tour for his album, and he started his next concert after this premiere. He was like, oh, I just took a couple days off to go spit on Chris Pine, you know, and joked about it. Yeah. So, but yeah, in my article, I summed it up because there is a press interview before the movie premiered in Venice with Harry Styles and Chris Pine. And Harry literally says, it feels like a movie, when asked to describe it, which his overall his point was, this feels like a movie that was made, and like the reason why you go to movie theaters is because of movies like this. But the way he said it feels like a movie.
Heck yeah, and it is a movie. Congratulations.
Yes. So yeah, he went a really roundabout way of explaining that, and Chris Pine is completely deadpan next to him. So,
maybe that's why Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine.
Yeah.
He said, you let me fail in this interview.
Yeah, it was a short-lived meme online. Yeah. But yeah, it was, that's how I think that's a perfect way to sum it up. It was a movie.
All right. I love that.
It felt like a movie. And it in fact was a movie. So
I'm going to start describing everything like that. So the book I have, it is a book. And it read like a book.
Yeah. I think we'd be out of a job.
I think so too. Oh boy, Harry Styles, stay with your day job.
Yes, please. You're definitely a better singer.
Speaking of my book. Okay. All right. So I am talking about Hatchet Island.
Okay.
By Paul Dorian. I don't know if that's correct. So I'm so sorry to Paul if I mispronounced your name.
Okay.
I apologize.
It's Hatchet Island?
Yes.
That sounds a little ominous.
It is. It is very ominous. Okay, so it's one of many. It's one of the series. It's the most recent edition of the Mike Bowditch series, which are all crime novels. Mm-hmm. So Mike is a warden for the Maine Warden Services. So he like does the fish and wildlife in Maine. So he takes care of all of that. He is quite the character.
Okay.
So there are 18 other novels of this. I have not read any of the other from the series. I just read this one. So you don't need to read them in order. You don't need them to like build upon each other. You can just hop on in.
Okay.
So this specific novel is about Mike and his girlfriend Stacy. They want to go on vacation. They've just gotten back together. So they're just looking for a nice relaxing vacation where they're going to go camping together because Stacy is in research and does all of that within like wildlife as well. So they really love the outdoors.
Yeah.
So they're going to go camping. And on their way to the campsite, Stacy wants to stop at this island where there's a research station for endangered seabirds. It is not Hatchet Island. It is a different island. These are all off the coast of Maine. So they're going there to say hello to one of Stacy's former colleagues because Stacy actually used to work at this research station. And the former colleague has said, hey, Stacy, can you come out here? Some weird things are happening. We're having some trouble with some people who, like some fishermen, and the director seems like she is just losing it. She does not seem to know what's going on anymore and just needs some help.
Yeah.
So things naturally fall apart very quickly. So there, you know, some crime happens. Some people are hurt. We'll say that hurt. Yeah, some suspicious things start happening.
Yeah.
So Mike, who is not a police officer but is a game warden, he gets roped in because it's happening at this endangered seabird research facility.
Yeah.
So he starts getting roped in and he starts investigating, and he knows the police officer who's actually investigating. So he gets roped in, and it is a page turner. I thoroughly I enjoyed this book a lot. It was really good. Yeah, I thought that there was quite a bit that held my attention. There was one thing that happened that I kind of thought would be like a coincidence. It is a coincidence, but it just seems like a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Somebody gets stung by a bee, which just like the timing of it seems so off that I'm like, is this a plot hole that you forgot to be like, oh yeah, maybe this was not a coincidence? But who's to say?
Interesting.
Yes, so it was very good. Hatchet Island. It just came out not that long ago. Came out in April of this year, I believe. So it is new at the library here. Oh, it came out in June. Excuse me. It came out in June of this year. So it's at the Casey Memorial Library. It's featured on their newly arrived shelf. And, of course, you can buy it at major booksellers in person and online.
Cool.
It was really good. Hatchet Island by
Yeah, that sounds a lot more interesting than what I saw.
Paul.
So kind of jealous.
Yeah, this was like really good. If you enjoy true crime or crime and mysteries and learning about birds. So my favorite bird is the puffin. My favorite animal is the puffin, and they have puffin in this book. So if you like puffin, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Puffins are interesting birds.
They are.
Well, you say puffin for plural, right? Or is it puffins? Because puffins is more fun to say.
I think it's puffins. With an
Puffins?
S. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like a penguin, but they fly.
Yeah.
That's how I describe them to people who don't know what they are.
And their beaks are like very, very large and like really colorful or detailed, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really cute. I love them.
Yes.
Anyways, back on track. All right. I think that's all we've got for this month.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
We did it all without Daco.
I know.
I know.
Good for us. Putting him out of a job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see you at the end of this month for Traveling Soldier and back in a month for Book and Movie of the Month.